Hello and good morning. You're tuned into Market Cafe. I'm Ankita Saxena and with me is Ashish Advaryu. In the next half an hour, we'll take you through all of that happened on the global front, all of that you need to watch out for in today's trading session. So without further ado, let's get going with all the action on the Wall Street. Now, yesterday we did see a sea of red coming in. In fact, we did see S&P that snapped its 13-day winning streak. We did end in the red with cuts of 0.2% on S&P 500. Dow Jones was also trading absolutely flat, but closed in the red with cuts of just a marginal 0.01%, and Nasdaq Composite also ended the day with cuts of 0.2% or thereabouts. Now remember, we had that escalating US and Iran tension where US had seized an Iranian cargo ship, and of course the US blockade also still stands. And we also have the deadline for the US and Iran ceasefire that is likely to expire this week, and Iran denying any peace talks with the US. So the tensions are still brewing, but the investors are rather cautious and cautiously optimistic rather, because they are still expecting the markets to do well. Though yesterday we did see a bit of a red coming in on Wall Street, though very marginal cuts is what we saw coming in, because we also saw the oil prices that cooled off a little further, and all that and more on the commodities. Ashish is going to give us the lowdown.
Well, yes, Brent crude prices, we have seen a lot of volatility of late, and that is continuing in today's trading session as well. Oil has eased ahead of fresh US-Iran talks. Remember, there are reports that suggest that perhaps US officials have traveled again to Islamabad for second round of talks, and if at all something were to transpire in terms of peace talks, then perhaps we will see some bit of cool off when it comes to oil prices. Natural gas prices too have dipped on expectations that perhaps a peace deal could be signed. And if at all the war were to end, then perhaps we will see some bit of de-escalation yet again for oil prices. Remember, yesterday Brent crude was trading at about $95 per barrel. They have already eased quite a bit from the recent highs of about $115, $120 per barrel. And if at all the situation were to improve further, perhaps we will see some bit of more de-escalation come in, not only for oil prices but for gas prices as well.
All right, so that's how the energy market is moving. A bit of a cool-off that we see coming in on the back of renewed optimism and perhaps the peace talks going well. But let's take stock of how the Asian markets have opened up. Right now, Asian markets are trading mixed, if you will. Nikkei is trading with gains of 1%. Hang Seng is also trading up 0.1% right now, though Shanghai is trading with marginal cuts of 10 odd points. So not much of a cut coming in there. And of course, the S&P ASX 200 is also very marginally in the red, trading with cuts of 12 odd points. Gift Nifty there suggesting a start of almost 45 points uptick. So largely it seems to be a positive day coming in. There is a bit of an optimism coming in, but there's also caution in the air. As you can see, the moves coming in on the market, it is in the red, but it is in the green, but very marginal moves. So it is right now lacking a certain direction, just as the US and Iran talks are, and that's how market is really mirroring the peace talks. It is a bit directionless, but nonetheless the optimism can be seen in the shade of green.
Well, yes, so that's as far as the Asian markets are concerned, and Gift Nifty is also suggesting a positive start, albeit just about 40 or 50 points as we speak.